everyone and each one of us. That is going to be the best word for me and for you. And we are here today to give you another news about sport, football, basketball, tennis, everything athletics. We are going to talk about every other sports today. And today, as usual, as I've already told you that my guest is on the way. Thank God he's here with me today. Hello, you are welcome.
Yeah, greetings, Honorable. We thank God that we are here, with issues of machine on the road and all those things. It's the grace of God that used to sustain us. So thank God we are here again, and greetings to all our listeners. We are here to satisfy them once again, and they are welcome.
Yeah, you are welcome, our listener. And today we are going to talk about what has been happening in Togo football and the rest of Europe, and what has been happening in Europe. I have with me as our cameraman today, Espoir is here with me today, and we have our technician over there. We have Kujoke and our new technician engineer here with me, and also the big Elom. Yes, it was today. Yeah, in a short minute, I'm coming back. Yes, you should keep listening and keep enjoying us from this Radio Sport FM 91.9. We are here today to talk about the 19th day of the first division, and we are going to talk about the 9th day of the second division, also the Champions League and the rest. We are going to talk about all those things right now. And Elom,
Yeah.
before we proceed, in a short minute, let us quickly just recap one or two things that has been happening in and around us. And today, it's like we in Africa, we have been having a shortage of players. It's like most youth don't want to participate in sport anymore. They don't want to engage themselves in sport, and when we are looking at our football leagues and all those things, we used to see that many people that have been old enough, that the ages, they are the one playing all those things now. What is happening?
As you said it, nowadays before sport is something where we are talking of health. Sport can help you in terms of health and all those things. But today, you are talking about the old person that used to practice it more today because they want to sustain their health, because they went to hospital. The doctors told them that by practicing sports, you'll be strong, your health will be all this, and you will see them. Some they will be running in the evening, some on Sundays, you will see them on the pitch practicing sports and all those things. So youths are not much interested in sport today, especially other sports, because football, after all, we can say people are little be interested in sport because he's the king of the sport and all those things. But the other, like baskets, for instance, for like athletics, like volleyball, handball, if you go to those domains, you will mostly see few of people that will be there practicing those sports,
Because it's for the rich.
It's for the rich. I don't know, because there is nothing good coming out of those things. Today you cannot involve yourself in sport. Today you are youth, maybe you are married, you have one child, you have your wife, or you have your fiancé, all those things, you have your family, you have your parents to take care of. So if you know that those sports are not resulting to anything good financially, you cannot have the courage to involve yourself in it. Sport today is a business. We don't need to fool ourselves. Today in the whole world, sport has become business. If you take football, for instance, it has become business. So if people involve themselves in sport, and at the end of the day, they will come back empty-handed to the house to show up to their parents. You cannot say that you are practicing sport. I am a handballer, I am a basketballer player, and all those things. You will come back empty-handed. It's your parent that will feed you at the age of 25. At the age of 26, 27, all that 30 is your parent that will still be feeding you. But that is the pity reality that we have today. Most of the players that are playing in our first divisions today, if you heard the salary some of them are earning, you will pity them. Some of them are obliged. You are playing in the first division. We are not talking about third division, fourth division. You are playing in the fourth division, but you will see some of them after they will be riding Okada again before they can survive. It's a pity. So all those reality combined cannot encourage, youth to involve themselves fully in sport. They can practice it as something of health, just to take away malaria, something, but to involve themselves in sport today, I don't think that we have the courage to do that. If you see that, I would say the example of the athletics, the youths that accept to do that. I heard some. It's about some years now, some months now. I communicate with one of them. One of them that is a lady. She's a lady. She used to perform very well. Most of them know that I will not call her name just not to put her in problems. When we were discussing, it's a pity. We are talking about a lady that used to perform very well. But I remember that when the Olympics came, they sent, one of the Togolese also. Okay, she's a Togolese, but she was in French, and they asked her, it's her that they brought back. It's her, there is this bonus place that they used to give to countries in terms of Olympics and all those things. And it's that girl that benefited that bonus. But if you see her performance compared to what the lady I'm talking about, she's a pure Togolese. She was born here. She's from the north. She's now in Senegal practicing it and all those things. If you see her performance compared to what the French lady has done, if they ask you to help one of them, you prefer to help her because her performance has topped what the white lady or the French lady that is also a Togolese has done. But when the opportunity came, the forsake her, the forgot her, and they send the wife because she's coming from French and all those things. So if some of them in this miserable condition accept to do it, and when opportunities came, you will not give it to them, you will go. I remember when we were going to the AFCON 2017, supporters that are always on the pitch when the PV have march, they will be blowing trumpet, they will be dancing from the first minute to the 93rd minute, while the big men are in the official, tribune and watching the match. They will be blowing trumpet. But when the AFCON, the PV were qualified, it's them that went, people that are supporting the team. They sold their place to other people instead of taking them to Gabon to support the PG. They rather give their place to others that went there. They did not even go to watch the matches. They went there for other businesses and all those things. So that is the reality in which we are. So if the thing seems like that, youth cannot more be interested in that thing because it's not bringing anything and it's not encouraging.
Yes, it's not bringing anything and it's not encouraging. And we are hope if our society can change a little bit, so that we will be getting replacements. When some are holding, some will replace them, and this is what the West have been using. And today we are not talking about going to war with weapon or all those things. Today football and other sports is the weapon that many countries are used now to move forward. And we have been hearing about a lot of countries today, not because they are powerful in military, but just in sport. It make them popular economically and the rest of others. So if our country Togo also can emulate this, it will be a long thing and better thing for us. In a short minute, let us quickly move to the 19th day of Division 1 and what has been happening in our league so far. Elon.
Yeah, a lot of things has been happening in our league, and teams are performing, are coming back, are escaping, the relegation. I want to talk about IS Barracuda, who on these 19 days, as you said it, receive IS Bina. And at the end of the day, they succeeded in prevailing against IS Bina 1-0. So that means, as we are speaking, they secure their place. They are more safer than what we saw with them in the beginning of the season. I
Yeah.
also want to talk about the leader. There is Isoter who has beaten Tambo. He traveled to Tambo side and they've beaten Tambo 2-1. So that was a great performance for Isoter. If we know, the recent results of Tambo was still on 2 victory. They are performing very well. So it was a difficult task for them, but they went there, and at the end of the day, they end up coming back with the 3 points of the day. Asco also drew with Entente, 1 goal for the two teams. So Entente, it has been difficult for them since the return of the second leg of the championship, since the time their coach made that declaration that we all know. Things have been tough for them. Everything now is waiting for Attendeux to beat them and all those things, because they have mocked, we can say, the other teams, and now they are paying it in the second leg. Bolesu also prevailed against Doumbé. Doumbé, everything has been beating Doumbé, but for 2-3 days now, we are seeing Doumbé doing something more serious in terms of game, because there are some players that are back and they are, at least in terms of production, we can see that they are performing very well, more than they used to do before. Iseka also traveled to Zion side and have beaten Espoir of Zion 2-1. Etoile Filante also was beaten by Unisport 2-1. So those are the results of the 19th day of the championship. And in the ranking, we can see that Isoter is still leading the table with 33 points, 1 point more than Unisport, who is second, and 31 points for Iseka, who is positioned third in the ranking. Asco is just behind Iseka. That is the fourth position of the table with 13 points. Bolesu and Espoir also have, those two clubs also have 13 points each, and they are classified fifth and sixth on the ranking. Attendeux is the seventh of the ranking with 28 points, 25 for Ice Bina, classified 8th in the ranking. Gomido is still at the 9th position with 23 points, 22 points also for Tambo, who is classified 10th of the table. Etoile Filan had 21 points, same points for Barracuda. Those two clubs are classified 11 and 12. And in the red zone, we can see CDF Fakno with 17 points and Dumbe of Mango also with 17 points. So the 20th day will be coming up. That is tomorrow, and Bina will be receiving Unisport, that is second in the ranking. Iseka will be playing, Dumbe, that is the last in the table, or of the table rather. And Isotier, the leader, will be receiving Espoir. Who knows? Maybe they will be beaten by Espoir, because since Entente left the throne, all the new leaders that came, none of them succeeded in passing 3 days more on the throne. After 3 days, you will see that there will be results, or 2 days. After OTA have succeeded in, spending 3 days on the throne. This is their fourth outing against Espoir. We will see if Espoir will reverse them, we take them out of the throne, or if they will continue, keeping the throne at the end of the day. Barracuda will be playing Gomido. That will be also a very interesting match. And Bolosu Asco is also a clash. And on Thursday, CDF Akno will be receiving Istanbul, and the clash of the capital. That is the derby of Lomé between Entente and Etoile Filante. And I want to say something. After the match of Etoile Filante in the 90th day, after the loss against with team Unisport 1-0. At the end of the day, the coach Gale wanted to do an interview, and when he was about to do an interview, there was this supporter that came and wanted to beat the coach.
Oh,
it's some journalists, Latif Yuruma, and other journalists that intervene. If not, the supporter will have beaten the coach, and that is a big problem in our championship. For sometimes we have policemen that used to be on the pitch. So at times I used to ask, what is really their role? Because at the end of each match, you will just only see them protect the referee and the other referees when they enter. It's like their work is done. No, you're supposed to protect till the coach left the pitch, till the players left the pitch. Your job is not yet over. And I don't even know when we've learned that from. In Europe or in other championship in Africa also, you will see people descend on the pitch when they are coronated.
Maybe they are winning.
Yeah, yes. Maybe they are coronated champion. They win the championship in that last day, the day the winning, you will see them descend on the pitch, or you will see team that mounts the first division or from the third to the second division, you will see them happy they will descend on the pitch. But here in Togo, after every match, I saw it in practically in all the pitch here in Bosime, Municipal, and other at Tabligbo and all those things. After every match, you will see the supporters will come on the pitch. We are seeing that our pitch are not, are not spending more day because even if you leave everybody come on the pitch, everybody will come with his own kind of shoe.
True.
And that also is destroying, the pitch.
The pitch.
Yeah, and we don't know. So the pitch are not that good for us. Now you will be allowing supporters at the end of every game to come on the pitch. You will see that they will spend. You will even see players with supporters there. And if supporters, injure one player now, what will the player say? So normally, even if a player wants to discuss with a supporter, we used to saw it on our TV. We are not just supposed to be watching football like somebody. Let us be learning from what is happening outside. You will see players that we went to the supporter outside of the pitch and discuss with them. If something happened to him there, we know that he is the one that went there. But you will see now supporters that will come on the pitch and they will spend like 1 hour there, 30 minutes, be talking with the players. It's dangerous. So had it been the journalist did not intervene last time, that coach will have been beaten. Maybe as we are speaking, he will be in hospital. For how much? For how much? For which championship? This championship in which we are. This, I don't know. We are just managing, and all those things will be happening. It's not good. Let us try to change those mentality of us.
Yes, that is it. We need to change our mentality, especially we supporters. Sometimes we feel like if our team lost, is the problem of coach, and sometimes a lot of supporters may misbehave, and most of the time, a lot of supporters when they came to the stadium, they have been drinking something, smoking something, and so they will not be before coming to the stadium, and all those things we need to look at it. And again, as Elom have just said, that since the player have not yet left the pitch, the coaches have not left the pitch, the policeman supposed to stand there until everybody left before they know that their work have been finished. But today, when they protect the referee and they leave the rest to exposed to the danger, so we need to change all those things. And again, he have just mentioned something about invading our pitches, and we don't have a good pitches right here in Togo. And these pitches, before we can invade it, with a lot of kind of shoes that we put on, so we just go there. All those things, it make these pitches to be to spoil more. So we need to change our attitude. So we God help us to do this thing, and we need iron hand from our authority, and we need discipline. So if they are making somebody as a scapegoat, maybe we are going to change our attitude. So from there, let us just move on. When you are talking about the 19 days of first division, the last team, which is Jumbe, we said they are 70 points or 8 points.
8 points.
8 points. But as you have just said that they have been trying to regain their losses, and some players have come back. Where they are now, I don't think they can escape the relegation.
Nothing can be done. They will just try to save their head. Win a little type of honor just to end the championship in honor, because nothing can be done. Again, they have 8 points, and the race is so tough. If you see the classification, it's so tough. So even if they win, they have a lot of people close before them, so it will be difficult for them to mount to pass all those clubs. It's so tough. If you take, for instance, between the first and the sixth in the ranking, we have only 3 points.
3 points, yeah.
Yeah, and if you take between the seventh and Barracuda, we have only 7 points. And when we know that, a lot of days also are remaining, so they are just trying to win honor and to do something. They are not trying to do anything. They cannot, they will be relegated at the end of the season. It will only be played the second, maybe it will be played between Etoile Filante, Barracuda, and CDA Facno. Maybe one of those three clubs, we are comparing them to the second division. But as we are speaking, say the FACNO, who is the second division as we are speaking.
As things as it now, as you have just said now, that between the first and the sixth, there are just 3 points separate them.
Yeah. Only one match.
Only one match that separate them. And as things is right now, as your opinion, I just want to know, can we say this league is more competitive? That is why everything is like this, because as this is now, it is very enjoyable and very interesting. Because sometimes before, you see one team be leading by 10 points, 12 points, 11 points, and now we have a team that is between first and the sixth, just 3 points. Even at time day, if they can gather their self together, they are still within.
Yeah.
So maybe the next game now they might be in second position or third position.
Yeah.
So what do you have, or what do you want to tell us about this competition?
Yeah, what to say, if you see the classification, because it's too tight between clubs, you can say that there is suspense. It's more interesting, there is more challengers than before. As you said it before, we have only Iseka that will come up leader for the first day until the last day. They will still be leader. Iseka will be second, or at times they will come up after 5-day leader and they will end up leaders. But as we are speaking now, I am more proud of OTR because OTR for years now we have been waiting for them. Before they were asked down, they win the championship for some times, but since they became OTR for years now, for ages now, they never win a single championship. But we all know that the financial, power of that institution when we are talking of OTR. Yeah, it's true that they will tell you that the budget is not is not included in the project or the budget of the institution. That is the personnel that used to contribute money, but their personnel are so rich. We are talking about billionaires that are working there. So that should not be a problem for them. So we know their financial capacity and they always deceive us. But this year, they are, as we are speaking, they are leaders. Even if they don't have more, points than the second, the third, the fourth, and all those things, I think that it's a satisfaction. Now let them try and retain that place. Unisport also has been doing well for some years now. They have been performing very well. It's good to see clubs, but in that same manner, there are some clubs that deceive us. If you take, for instance, Entendre, it's not possible what they've done in the first parts of the championships. It's not possible that today we have Entendre and we will have Asco who will be before Entendre, SK will be before Entendre, Espoir will be before Entendre. It's a deception, it's a shame, and all those things. But kudos, bravo to some teams that I said it before, OTR, especially Unisport and Espoir of Zion. Espoir has been performing very well, and I like how they have been playing, even if we have a lot of problem also there with the supporters, the outings of the coach also, and all those things. On the pitch, still they are producing. They are one of the clubs that are producing beautiful football in our championship. We are speaking. So I am so proud also of Barracuda, who have led the relegation zone, even if they are just before CDF ACNO, but I think that they have worked very hard. The coach Wajan Lantam is one of the best coaches that we have here in Togo. Everybody likes that coach practically because he have done great things in the other clubs we've been. Now we saw what he did. He went to Boleso, even if they were not qualified for the continent. It was awful what he did and all those things. So in the beginning of the championship, we were pained for him because things were not working. He was working, but things are not moving. But now they are working. If you see him now, he has lost weight because he has worked so hardly that the club is now good. So we can say that it's interesting to see club, but it's also a deception to see after the difficult starting of Asco, seeing Asco today fourth, Aseka third. It's also a deception for clubs like Entando and Gomido.
Okay, let us just try this card for our first division and green card, yellow card, and red card. Yeah. As things is now, which team do you think you're supposed to give a green card to?
Yeah, green card, I think we're supposed to go give green card to OTR. As I said it before, they are leader as we are speaking. It's not amazing. That is where we are waiting for them. And also green card for Espoir and Barracuda also, those three clubs.
Just mention one club that is...
Okay, I will talk about Barracuda.
Barracuda.
Yeah.
Okay, yellow card. Which team that we are going to give yellow card to?
Yellow card, I will give yellow card to Bolesu because Bolesu supposed to be, higher than where they are today. It's not possible. Bolesu for years now, we cannot be, we are expecting Bolesu for years now. Bolesu cannot be, classified fifth of this championship today and will be top that Asco and Asika. We saw they are beginning, we see what they have been doing. Bolesu, as we are speaking, supposed to be at least between the top three of this championship. So, yellow card to Bolesu.
And which team that you think supposed to collect the red card?
Logically, Antando. It's not possible. I said it before. It's a shame what they are doing. You cannot perform as you did. Normally, as we are speaking, over to 52 points. That was 90th. That is to 52 points, if I'm not mistaken. So, at least over to 52 points, and 2, as we are speaking, supposed to be at least between 40 and 45 points. Antando is not supposed to be where they are today, 7th with 28 points. We saw how the top this championship in the first leg, in the first round. So after that declaration, they were also pride. Pride also killed that team and all those things. So I think it was not so good. They were seeing themselves, untouchable. The coach, the player. When the coach come here and say that, we criticize the coach, but it is not only the coach, it's the image of that is what the players also are thinking. That is what maybe the president is thinking. That is the reflect of what the coach just said. So it's a mentality that all of them have in that club. And unfortunately, since they made that declaration, you cannot accept, somebody said that our ambassador is not in there. If you want to challenge that person, I think that you will prepare more than what you do before.
Yes.
You will say, I can lose against everybody, but this fellow will not beat me. That is what the club said, other clubs said, and that is what we are seeing since the beginning of the second round. I think they just won 1 or 2 matches. I don't even think they win up to 2 matches, and it's a pity to see them there. So red card to Antando. They need to learn how to put their head on their shoulder and work jejely.
Yes, and work jejely. Red card for Atonde.
Yeah.
And in a short minute, let us just move to the 9th date of the second division. What has been happening in second division? Which team has been doing well? Which team have been not doing well? And how things has been going on in the second division?
It's like Semasi is allergic to second division. They have been performing so well since the beginning of the championship. They took the before. Until now, they are seen in the before. They are seen leader of the North Zone. This weekend again, they won their match against Fouadan of Daparon, 2-0. So we can understand it because it's a team. If you see the way they prepare like if they were going to play a first division. They recruit a coach that normally Adekambi Olufade is a coach that normally who is supposed to be in the first division because we saw what he did with other clubs, Gito and all those things. So he's a coach that that is supposed to be in the first division. That is the coach they took. And if you see how the players that they recruit, they are players that are supposed to play in the first division. So they were preparing to play the first division, but things went upside down and all those things. So they find themselves in the second division, and they are respecting. They are great. As we are speaking, Semasi has been doing so great since the beginning of the championship. They are performing very well, and it's wonderful. The other club of Sokode, which is TAC, drew against Agua of Kusuntu, 1-1. 1-1 also between Bikenti also and Kakadol of Dufelgu. Koroki Motete. It was a tough game and spectacular game also. At the end of the day, we have 5 goals in that game. It does not happen, usually in our championship. We have 5 goals in a singular game. It's an event. It's spectacular between Koroki Metete and US Koza. That is the old Arsenal of Kara. So they are also trying hard, to come to the first division. So it was a tough game for the two. And in the soft zone, that is the group A. Arabia drew against Maranatha, which is which was the leader of the second, the group A before, but now they are topped by Dito. Dito has prevailed against Ange of Nochen 1-0. Agaza also, took the 3 points before GCA 1-0 also, and also a draw of 0-0 between Ifoje and Asfosa, if you can say it like that. So at the end of the day, at the table in the South Zone, there is a Group A. We have Zito, which is the leader with 18 points plus 5. Second, Maranatha, 14 points plus 3. Ifoja is classified third. Of the Dami, they are on the podium with 12 points. Arabia of Tabligbo is classified fourth with 11 points. 11 points also for Asfosa, which is the fifth of the ranking. Sixth of the ranking, we have Agaza with 9 points minus 3. GCI also has 9 points minus 3. And Anch of Noche also have 9 points minus 3. So that means those three clubs, Agaza, GCI, and Anch, are in a very big challenge for the clubs that must stay in the second division, because if care is not taking one of those three clubs, those big clubs in the old days will return back to, or we descend to the third division, and that is, hellfire, because clubs are not supposed to go there. It's very terrible. If you went to the third division, they may not even organize it. You're obliged to stay there. So in the North Zone, we have as leader Semasi. We said it before, 18 points. So that means the leader of the two zone have 18 points each, but Semasi have more goals. They have plus 8. Koroki is classified second with 16 points plus 3. US Koza, that is the old Arsenal, who is still performing as the last season. They performed very well. Everybody were proud of them this year. They are also in the continuity of what they started last season, and they are classified third in the ranking with 15 points plus 2. Kakadel, 14 points, 4th in the ranking. Tak is 5th in the ranking with 13 points. For Adam, 6th with 11 points. Agua of Kusuntu, 7th with 6 points. And Bikenti, 3 with 9 points. So the dynamic now is that if care is not taken, Bikenti or Agua, one of them will descend to the second division. And it's wonderful. So we also remind us that at the end of this regular phase, the first 3 of each zones will be combining themselves. That will be 6 clubs, and they will be playing, a new championship of 10 days. And the first 2 at the end of the day will mount the first division. So we'll be having 6 clubs. If the champion supporting the champion stops today, we're having Semasi, Koroki, US Koza, the North Zone, and in the South Zone, we'll be having Zito, Maranatha, and Ifoje. They will play a new championship of 10 days, and at the end of the day, the person that we came out, the 2 that we came out, with more points will mount the first division. So that is it.
Yes, that is it for our second division as things are stand now. And as time goes on, we are going to be much more interesting what has been going on in our second division right here in Togo. In a short minute, we are coming back and we are going back to Europe.
Hot seat, hot seat, hot seat. You are now tuning into the hot seat. This is an international sports FM. We literally host every and any information regarding sports in every country. Whatever country you're looking for, whatever state you're looking for, you can definitely find us there. We have information from Europe, Asia, China, the Americas. We are all over. So guess what? Tune in to Sports FM, especially the hot seat. And guess who's hosting? Zaire and his company. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening to us today. Before we are going to talk about the Champions League in a short minute, a lot of teams have been wrap up their season. By now, some have already won their championship, and some have just been on the way, been winning it. And to my own surprise, it's like Bayern Munich also have been won, because since the Bayer Leverkusen drew their match, so it means they have won their championship, because they are in the 76 points right now, and Bayer Leverkusen in 68 points. So, and they just have 2 match left.
2 match more left.
So from now you can be staying.
Only
Congratulations
6 points.
to especially Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane. That is what I wanted to say. That was the event, because if you see that coronation of Bayern Munich, it was not that impressive, because they were not coronated champions because they were so strong, because they work on all the team, like in terms of in time of Guardiola, Ancelotti, or Jupankes. It was a very difficult season for them. But because the challenger also were not up to their level, for instance, Bayer Leverkusen was a deception this season. Nobody knows. It's reached a time nobody knows what Xabi Alonso wanted to do. He was changing. There were so many turnover. There are matches when he will leave his best goal scorer. I'm talking about Patrick Schick or Boniface on the bench. Nobody will understand everything. So, the confidence that players have before he succeeded in taking that confidence back. Players, if you take for instance Frimpong, this season compared to what he did last season was a deception. So Bayern is coronated championship not because they are champions of Bundesliga, not because they are strong, but because you can even see the last weekend was the perfect frame of what the Bundesliga was. Bayern Munich supposed to be coronated next weekend because they drew against Leipzig, and normally Leverkusen supposed to win just to allow Bayern to win, but they drew also. So it's them that now coronated Bayern Munich. So it was a pity, but I was proud for Harry Kane win his first trophy after 31 years. In his 31 years, it was so awful. You can see that he went to many finals with his selection, with his nation in clubs. We were so close to win the championship, but he never succeeded.
And in winning the league is spectacular because he's also the leading goal scorer.
He's the leading
24
goal
goals right now.
He's a player that individually he was, European boot for I think 1 or 2 times. Individually, he's a very good player. He's a great player. He's among the best 9 of the history of football. But only that collectively, he was so unfortunate to be playing for a club that is called Tottenham that never won a trophy. Modric was there. He came to Real Madrid with 0 trophy. Bale came to Real Madrid with 0 trophy, but they went back with more than 20 trophies. The unfortunate thing for Harry Kane is that he allowed himself to stay a little long in that club. He would have went to. It reached a time Real Madrid wanted to take him, but they did not. They were not that engaged in that. If not, he would have left that club since he would have won trophies. But it's things done for him now, and also Eric Dyer, who also was coming for Tottenham. They have the same age, so the two of them. I saw them last year. They embraced themselves, and it was so awful to see them. And also the first team for the first title for Vincent Kompany, the new coach.
Okay, I'm very interested in what Kylian Mbappe have been doing right now, because when he joined Real Madrid, we all say in the beginning it's very, very difficult for him, and he's not been doing well. Right now he's in 24 goals, and the season is almost finished. He's 1 goal behind Lewandowski. As things now, and Lewandowski is not playing, he's injured now. Do you think Pichichi is going for Kylian Mbappe?
Yeah, I don't know. It will depend also on Lewandowski, because these days he was injured. Yeah, he's back. He may be playing this evening against Inter and all those things. But I think with Kylian Mbappe, this second part of the season, he has been scoring a lot of goals. Especially when we have now a spectacular Arda Güler that is playing very well. He has been giving him more good ball that can help him score more goals. So you said he's only 1 goal behind Lewandowski, and I strongly believe that he will do it. He can, top Lewandowski at the end of the day, because Lewandowski, even apart of his injuries, he's not scoring. He has been wasting a lot of occasions since January in his matches. If you see, he has been missing a lot of goals and all those things. So I think Mbappe, it is not a great Mbappe as we saw it at Monaco, at PSG in his 5 first years. But in terms of scoring goals, I think he's present. He has scored more goals more than Cristiano Ronaldo in his first years. Even though it's not the same thing, Cristiano played less matches than him, and all those things. It was a different issue then. But in terms of statistics, he is there. He has scored a lot of goals, more than 30 goal competition, and it's very interesting. I believe. I bet on Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah. Okay, in a short minute, I'll just quickly talk about the Champions League. Inter Milan versus Barca. Last time we talked, and you said a lot about the 2 teams. And what you have just said, that is what has come up, because you said if Inter Milan can get their act together, maybe they will force Barca to play draw with their good defenses, but they don't have the scorer. But here, they managed to score 3 goals against Barca. So, and in the return leg, which is going to happen today, right now, which team do you think is going to prevail?
I think I will still be on the same analysis. Inter, we know that they cannot argue the ball with Barcelona. It's not possible. They cannot do that. They have a lot of players that are coming from injury. The first leg was exactly reflects what of what is Serie A, Calcio, and what is Spanish football. It was a beautiful game against the Cadenaccio. Inter last time I was calling them a dead corpse because they were just like they were not playing. They were not spectacular in terms of games. Like a dead corpse that was just smelling, disturbing others. That was it. They were just there, but when they have a transition to play. They played it very well in the routing of the balls and all those things. It was very good, and they have 3 good occasions and they score all of them. 100 over 100 occasion. That is what I say. So if they can be, they can be able to score only the occasion, they will be realistic because I know that they will create occasion because of the defense of Barcelona. There will still be space. You will still have Lautaro Martinez who can create occasion. How do we call it? The French Thuram who can create occasion. We have the wingers the back defenders as Dumfries and Di Marco who can mount and be dangerous. We saw Dumfries score a brace in that match and deliver one press and all those things. So they are players that are very dangerous in terms of transition, and if they can keep up to that, they let them leave the ball to Barcelona and let them do what they know to do best, transition and all those things. And I think that at the end of the day, they can prevail at home.
That is Inter Milan, and that is the opinion of our the great analysis from the great man.
I know that it's not your opinion, but sorry.
Okay, the match is going to happen tomorrow between PSG and Arsenal. We know Arsenal lost their first match by 1 goal to nil against PSG. And do you think they can reverse the game?
Yeah, I think they can reverse. It's only 1 goal, and in football we see a lot of time people reversing 3 goals, especially in Champions League. And what is making me afraid for PSG now is that PSG will be playing though, but in terms of being realistic, we have only Dembele that usually score goals. Not only 2-3 goals also. He will score only 1 goal. But they used to create a lot of occasion. Varashkeli, a good player. But in Champions League, he did not score a lot of goals. Same thing to Desiree Doué. They have only Dembele. But we know that Dembele is injured. He will be coming. He will be on the paper, on the list of players that will be playing. But it's not sure that he will be starting, because he's not that so fit. They are just forcing him because he's a semi-final and it's important. And as we are speaking, he's a very important player for the team. So that is so. PSG, I know that they will play, but in terms of scoring goal, I'm afraid they are not. They don't score, like they used to play. They play very well in terms of scoring goals. And for Arsenal, I think the coming back of Partey will change a lot of things, because he's absent last time. We talk about the capacities of the substitute of Arsenal, to match in and do better. But last time, something Arteta did that did not please me. He's supposed to leave Declan Rice at his spot, Odegaard at his spot, Merino at his spot, and substitute only Partey and bring a player that could occupy the zone of Partey. But rather, he descend Declan Rice to the zone of Partey. Merino was obliged to come and to play like a midfield. Odegaard was obliged to play like a 9, and he changed a lot of things. They were not in their good role, and that affected them. I think that the coming back of Partey will allow those players to be in their role. Declan Rice will go furthermore. Merino will be in his 9th position, and Odegaard will be more higher, and it can help them also. And I think that maybe Timber also will come back because he was a little bit injured. So that is it. I think that Arsenal is able to reverse it, and Arteta will beat his old clubs, because we know that he played for PSG in 2002 or something like that, and all those things with Ronaldinho.
Okay, we wait and see what is going to happen in this Champions League, and this is where we are going to hang the boot for today.
I just want a club that never won a Champions League.
That's what I'm also
Between PSG and Arsenal.
Arsenal, but I think
yeah, because they have been looking for it for long. So I just want one of them to
one of them win.
Yeah.
Okay, as our cameraman, I am Ambassador today, Eletiofe, and they asked me, Love is my great guest and great analysis today, and we have our technicians over there. Bye for now.
Enjoy your European evenings.
Yes.
This is Sport FM.